Say hi. Welcome to this episode of How to Crush No Limit Hold'em games in United States casinos. I'm June. Today is a very special episode. We're going to a private home game in New Jersey. And as everyone knows, this kind of home game is going to be very wild and sick. So let's go fishing! Today we're playing small blind big blind 1-3 game and we bought in for $300. The first hand we're gonna share is I got A7 suited on hijack. In general, people plays really deuce, so I think it's better to use a larger open size to get more value. So I raised it to 5 big blinds and bottom player and small blind choose to call. Flop comes 7-6 deuce 2 diamonds and small blind check to me. I bet for $25 to protect my top pair top kicker and bottom calls small blind fold. Turn comes a 8 of spade. I don't really like this turn card because it's not favoring my range, and plus on the flop opponent calls me on a 3-way flop, so his ranges is better, so I choose to check. And to my surprise, opponent snap all in 131. It's about 1.3 the pot size, and this is a really tough spot, and opponent calls the flop. Obviously he will have many ranges who hits the 8, such as 8-9, 8-10 or 7-8. And also at this spot he will have mostly flush draw as his combos, and considering he will have more value ranges than his bluff combos, I don't think our equity is supporting our call, so I finally choose to lay it down.
Good ball.
And the second hand we're gonna share is I got Ace-5 of hearts on the cutoff and then raise it to $15. Bottom player calls other folds. Flop comes Ace-King-8 2 hearts. We got a top pair plus the nut flush draw, and simultaneously this board is favoring the preferred raiser, and I totally can get aces kings, ace king, ace queen, this kind of hands, and opponents will not likely to have them. And also I got 2 hearts, so opponent can continue this combos. So I choose to check. Opponent also checks. Turn comes a 8 of diamonds. I bet for $20. I'm targeting his kings or 8, this kind of hands, and opponent choose to call. And the river is very interesting, comes a pair board 8. So the board is now ace ace king 8-8. And I continue to choose to check, because if opponent have king or 8, is very possibly he will bet for value. And I have been checking a lot of times to show my weakness, so I don't seem like I have an 8. So after I check, opponent bets $50. Here I decided to check raise to $200. I'm hoping opponent to pay me with his 8 or king. But sadly, opponent choose to fold. But we still successfully take down this huge pot. And the next hand is under the gun player limped. Hijack player raised it to $15. I got pocket 6 on the bottom. I choose to call and expecting a set. And small blind also calls. We're going to a 4-way pot. And flop comes 5-6-8 2 hearts. And very excitingly we hit the middle set. And all checks to me. On this very wet board, I choose to bet $50, a very large size. I'm hoping opponents 2 pair or draws give me the maximum value. And all folds to hijack player. He check raise it to 125. And the hijack player is the most loose and aggressive player in this game. So definitely in his range he will not only have like straight or 8s, this kind of hands that have me beat. Also he will have a lot of strange ranges such as 7x or other random bluff. So considering this board is a very dynamic board and a lot of turn cards will kill action, so I choose to re-raise. I push all in. And to my surprise, opponent chooses to snap it and shows 7-8 suited. And very luckily, turn comes a 6. So we hit our quads and opponent drawing dead. And the river is a jack, it didn't change anything. We successfully scoot the 400 big blind pot.
果然是我稳定的门。好，这是吗？看。哇，看，哇，这个六双小。我靠！太屌了吧！
In the next hand is I got Jack 8 offsuit on the bottom and I raise it to 15 bucks. Big blind calls. Flop comes Queen 9-4 rainbow. Check to me. Here I got a gut shot, so I begged $10. I wish it to fold some ace high or king high, this kind of hand, and opponent choose to call. Turn comes a ace of heart, and opponent choose to check again. And I think this ace will helping me to continue bluffing, so I bet for 30 bucks around 2/3 of the pot. I wish opponent to fold one pair hand below 9, and opponent's queen will feel very tough because I may have fired third bullet on the river. But opponent still choose to call. And river comes a 6 of heart. Opponent choose to check again. And this 6 of heart simultaneously complete the backdoor flush, and also I got a 8 of heart at my hand, so I decided to fire the third street. I bet for 75 bucks. But surprisingly, opponent calls me with king 10 offsuit with king high, and we're very surprised, but we still lose this pot.
我是抓鸡王哎，
谁嗨？
很会吃抓鸡。我靠！给他搞一下。
And the next hand start with on the gun player raise it to 6 bucks. I got ace queen suited on low jack. I 3-bet to 20 bucks. He choose to call. Flop comes 10-9-3 rainbow. He check to me. Here, I think his ranges will mostly be some middle or small pocket pairs, like 7s or pocket 8s. So I bet for 15 bucks, a small size, trying to give some pressure, and opponent choose to call. And here we can see from wizard, it will suggest most ranges betting on a high frequency. If we got a middle pair with showdown value, it would suggest to check. And also some ace-x suited which didn't have backdoor flush draw, we choose to check. And turn comes a 5 of diamonds, opponent check again. Here we got a backdoor flush draw, obviously we have better equity, so I choose to bet for $60. Opponent choose to fold, and we successfully win this pot. And here we can see the wizard will suggest high frequency betting combos with backdoor flush draw, and also mixing some overpairs and 2-pair plus combos as our value ranges. And hands like king 10 or jacks, this kind of hands we can choose to check come to pot control. And the next hand we're gonna share is hijack player raise it to 10 bucks. I got ace 10 suited on the cutoff. I 3-bet to 30 bucks, and bottom player calls it, and hijack player also calls. So we're entering a 3-way 3-bet pot. And flop comes ace 8-9 rainbow. Hijack check to me. Here facing a 3-way 3-bet pot. I don't think we have 3 street value, so I choose to check. And bottom player bet for 15 bucks. Hijack folded. Here facing a 1-6 bet. It's an easy call for us. And turn comes a queen of diamonds. I check again. Opponent bets 25 bucks. A 1/5 bet, a very small bet. Here I got a gut shot, so I still easily choose to call. And river comes a pair ace, so I choose to check again. Opponent this time bets 60 bucks, but still this is a very small size. I don't think his ace 9 or ace 8 or pocket 8, pocket 9, this kind of hands would bet this small. and plus I can use my kicker. I will beat combos like a7, a6 or x3. So I choose to call again. An opponent shows ace3 suited, and we very successfully win the pot again. In the next hand is cutoff player open raise to 12 bucks. I got jack 8 suited on the big blind. I choose to call. Flop comes ace queen 10 rainbow. I choose to check and opponent choose to check. And turn comes a 4 of spade, and we got a double-ended straight draw. I choose to check. An opponent bet 10 bucks, a very small size, and I think opponent will have checked the flop and bet this small size on the turn. Will likely be some very small kicker ace or king queen queen jack, this kind of hand. So I choose to check raise to 40 bucks, and opponent choose to call. And river very sadly comes a 6 of club. We did not hit our straight, but we decided to go for it. I choose to bet a pot size $100. Opponent tank for a long time but choose to call eventually and shows ace deuce offsuit. And very sadly we did not bluff successfully and we lose this spot. Say hi. In the next hand I got 10 jack offsuit on the cutoff and raise it to 15 bucks and small blind min raise to 30 bucks. And we can review again. Based on my experience, min raise means the top ranges. So considering we have position facing this player, I choose to call. And flop comes 10-10 deuce rainbow. We hit the trip and opponent choose to check. And I think at this time opponent's ranges is very clear. He's got ace king or ace queen very likely. And this dry board I choose to check and set up a trap. And turn comes a king of heart. Opponent bets around half of the pot, 30 bucks. And facing his ace king, I choose to raise it to 19 bucks to get some value. And opponent choose to call. And river comes a 9 of clubs. He checked to me. Here I choose to bet 200 bucks. And opponent choose to tank for a long time and choose to call. And not surprisingly, we see ace king offsuit. And we successfully win the last pot of today. Overall today, this is a very wild and sick game as we expected. And we very fortunately took down all the big pots with the hands we got. And today, these two sessions I bought in for $900 total and I cashed out $13.88. So it's about 1.5 buy-in and it's a very good result I think. And that's it. Thanks for watching. And please don't forget to leave a comment if you have any ideas about my content. And I'll see you guys next week.
That is your chance to be ruthless.